All right, let's talk about this. So this Your Take topic actually came from one of our viewers on social media. So like we said, we call it Your Take for a reason, and it's a good one. So how do you feel about people shortening your name? Believe it or not, there could actually be an economic impact to using a shorter version of your name. More on that in a second, but I do want to ask Linz and AM.
Yeah.
You know, I do this all the time. I use shorter versions of your name. AM, I don't even know if anybody calls you that, but I call you that.
You're the only person to call me AM.
I feel special, but how do you feel about it?
I shorten everybody's names. I
Okay.
do it all the time.
Or Lindsey lengthens their
That's
name
true.
with a funny thing at the end.
Yes.
Well, you
Call
turn
this
into
morning.
Brandeezy.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's this week.
Yeah.
So.
But it changes though sometimes.
But there is a shortened version of my name that I really dislike. And if anyone's watching from Alberta, I apologize. But people out west call me Anne all the time.
And you don't like that?
I don't like being called Anne. I'm really sorry if you're just finding this out for the first time. But I don't. I don't like being called Anne. My full name's Anne Marie. So
Yeah.
just call me the full thing.
And
Hyphen and everything.
Full disclosure, my middle name is Anne. So.
Okay. Good to
Okay, I'll
know.
call you Lindsey Anne.
Well, I might have some.
But I have the same thing, Lynn. If people call me Lynn, it's
Yeah.
not my name. It's a whole different name.
That's totally
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
But I have some interesting research for you. We'll get to that in a second, but I want to show
Okay.
you some of the more popular ones. So take a look at this. We all probably know a Margaret in our lives, right?
Yep.
Margaret, you know, short form, many people will say Peg, Peggy, or Daisy. You're
Daisy, I
probably
didn't
wondering,
know.
where did Daisy come from? Well, in our research, we found Daisy in French. When you convert it, it actually comes to Margaret.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So that's where that came from. Now, Peg and Peggy, Margaret, you would think maybe people would say Meg or Meggie. Well, back in the day, people used to like to rhyme their words as they would say a shortened form of a name. And so that's how Peg and Peggy came about. And then for Sarah, we know that, you know.
I didn't know this one actually.
Sally.
I've
Is
never heard
Sally,
of
and this goes back to the 11th and 12th century, where people used to replace the L's in words with different letters. So this is how Sally came, basically, to have a short form for Sarah.
Sarah, I guess I don't know.
It just-
that was a tough
It's
sell.
all about speech patterns and
Yeah.
what was, you know, the speech pattern of the day. So, you know, now we'll say, you know, if you're really having a good time, you were lit, you know? But sometimes people say litty, you're a little bit litty tonight. I'm just teaching you. It's a lot.
I'm just remembering those days about 8 months ago.
8 months ago, before you had, I know. So listen, there's actually some really interesting research that we found. We did a bit of digging to see, is there any benefit to having a shorter name? Well, if you are looking for love and you have a long name and you haven't found it, maybe try shortening it. So an online dating site, yes, they did some research and they found 79% of men found shortened names appealing. And
For themselves.
Yeah, so they like to shorten women's name.
Oh, so if you had put your profile up,
Yeah.
in order to attract more people, you want to shorten your
So
name.
instead of Lindsay, just put Linz.
Interesting, more conversational.
Yeah, instead of
more-
Anne-Marie, put Anne.
Not as formal, but her name is Anne Marie.
You're right, but I'm just saying the men will find it appealing. Daryl probably found that appealing as well. Now, the same was also true for 69% of female respondents. 69% of female respondents found that they liked a shorter name for a guy.
See, I wonder if it's not so much they like it, but it feels a little less formal. So
I
you
feel
feel
like
like
it
you
could
know
be.
the person a little bit better when you
Listen,
shorten their name.
either
a
like
bit.
me with my full name and don't be intimidated by my full name or not.
Can we talk about the economic impact, though?
Yeah.
Because LinkedIn did some research on this as well.
Oh.
They analyzed over 100 million profiles. They found most male CEOs had shorter one-syllable names. So think like
Ooh, Linz,
Tim
think
Cook.
of that when you're naming your baby.
Okay.
Seriously,
Bill Gates,
yeah, Bill Gates.
Yeah.
These are very short, one-syllable names. But the opposite was true for female CEOs. They actually used their full names. Why? Because they wanted to be taken more seriously, and they wanted to have that gravitas.
Interesting.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
So there could
good
be an
name.
economic impact to, if you're a woman, continue to use your full name, and if you're a guy, shorten that up, and you could find some love. So here's a question. Here's the Your Take question. I know, this is a Friday. This is what we like to do here. How do you feel about people shortening your name? Use the hashtag #YourTake. Get us up right now on Twitter and Facebook. Even on Instagram, we have a special poll for you on our Insta story. Hit us up right now. We'll be right back.